In today's video, I will be sharing with us a detailed step-by-step guide on how to sew this beautiful gathered top. As always, it's your girl Owa Apparel. Kindly hit on the subscribe button and let's get started. So for this, I have my pattern paper and my Ankara fabric, which would require for the making of this top. Okay, so I'll go ahead now to draft the pattern. So I have my pattern paper in a fold already, and at the very top I'll be taking my starting line, and from that line there I'll go ahead to take other measurements. So from the starting line I went down by 11 inches, and I also took 14 inches measurement and then 16 inches measurement. So I'll go ahead to rule a straight line across all the points which I just indicated. So after the starting line, the next line is my bust line, and then I have my under bust line and my waist line. So I'll be going up by 2 inches on my bust line now. I made a point there, and I'll be using my straight rule to rule across it. So that will serve for the chest line. So after drafting them out, I also went ahead to label all the lines. So on my shoulder or starting line, I'll be taking my shoulder to shoulder measurement of 8 inches there like so. And I'll be using my straight rule to connect it to the chest line. So that will enable me draft my armhole area. So for my neck width, I'm taking a measurement of 4.5 inches. I also took my shoulder slope of 1 inch, and this is me using my straight rule now to connect my shoulder slope back into the neck area. Then on my chest line, I took my bust round measurement of 10 inches. I also added 1.5 inch allowance to it. Okay, so this is me getting the midpoint there, and I also went in by half of an inch, and I'll go ahead now to draft my armhole curve like so. So the next measurement which I took was my waist measurement of 8 inches, and then I added extra 1.5 inch allowance to it as well. I'll be connecting the point on the waist to the point on the chest line. So next, I'm going to be working on the neckline. So for this, it's a V-neck line. For me, I took a measurement of 7.5 inches of depth, depending on how deep you want yours to be. Also, on the underbust line, I went up by 2.5 inches. I made a point there. So from that angle, I'll be using my curve rule now to connect it to the side on the underbust line, like so. This process is very simple if you are following every step. And then on a second thought, I felt I needed to, increase the neckline depth. So this is me using my straight rule now to, increase the length of the depth of our V-neck line. So afterwards, I went ahead to cut out my pattern like so. So this is what we are going to use to cut on our actual fabric. So I have the waist area there, and I also have the top portion. So I'll go ahead now to use this to cut on my fabric. Okay, please take note that this same pattern is what I'm going to be using to cut the back for this top. So this one that I cut out is for the back. So I'm simply removing the pattern paper for the top portion now, and you can see what I'm doing there like so. So I'm going to be slitting it into two, or cutting it at the middle there into two, and I'll be using it to cut for the top portion. So just see what I'm doing now, so you will also replicate the process. I simply took my nipple to nipple measurement of 4 inches there at the border area like so, and after cutting it open, I'm simply taking a measurement of 3 inches at the middle there. So that's how wide I want it to be. If you are very busty, you could also increase the expansion there. but ensure that you do not cut through that middle line there all the way through. So I ensured I left it at the top a little while I spread it open at the border area. So this is me cutting on my actual fabric. So this will be for the front of the top. Okay, so the basque waist area is the same. There's no, you know, adjustments made to it. All right, so I'm also using the pattern now to cut for the front as well. So after I was done, this is what we have. So for the front portion, I'll be making gathers like so around that place I just indicated with my finger. So I also cut out my lining piece using the same pattern. All right. So I'll go ahead now to remove my pattern paper while I work on the front fabric of this top. So this is me opening it up now, and I'll go to my sewing machine to run loose stitches around that portion I indicated with my finger. So you can see me pulling on the thread there and making simple gathers like so. So ensure to do so. It's a very simple process. So I'm simply pulling on the other side now to also make gathers around the portion there that will serve for, the bust cup. So I'm going to ensure that after pulling on the thread, I have the same length as that of the basque. So I'll go ahead now to measure to see if it is equal. So you can see it is still longer. I would be stretching it out a little now to ensure I get the actual length of the basque. Okay, so I'm also doing the same thing for the other side, and you can see I have the exact length of what I want. So I simply made a notch at the middle of this fabric there like so, and then you can see me placing it on top of the top portion, and I'm holding it in place using my pins. So ensure that you are placing it on the other fabrics the right sides facing each other. So after holding it in place now using my pins, I'll go ahead to run my stitches by half of an inch. In this same process, I'll be repeating for the lining piece as well. So this is what it is now looking like after stitching. Okay, so we'll be repeating the same steps for the back. So this is for the back of this top. So you can see the difference between the front and the back. The front has gathers for the bust cup like so. So I'll go ahead now to stitch around the neck area and on the side as well as the armhole. So after I was done, this is what we have, and I flipped it over to the other side and also ironed it out. So the same process is what I also carried out for the back of this top. So the next thing which I'm going to be doing now is attaching the peplum area. So for this, you could make gathers like we did the bust portion, or you could make pleats. So I actually tried to make gathers, but the thread kept cutting, and I ended up making pleats for this peplum area. So ensure that the pleats are little pleats, tiny pleats, so it will also look like gathers. So I'm going to be doing this for the front fabric and also for the back fabric. So I'll be going to the sewing machine now to stitch by half of an inch, and you can see what it is looking like after I was done stitching. The pleats were very small and they actually looked like gathers. So I'm simply placing the back fabric now on the front fabric like so, the right sides facing each other, and I'll go ahead to stitch around the shoulders and also on the side as you see me indicate with my fingers. So ensure to leave out one side not completely stitched you can see what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be stitching that portion there, and I'll be opening up the remaining side, which we're going to be attaching our zipper. Okay, so this is what it is looking like after stitching it closed on one side and partially stitching on the other side as well. I also stitched around the border area of the peplum. Okay, so the last and final thing which I'm going to be doing now is attaching my zipper. So for this, you can see the way I'm placing the zipper right now, and I'm also holding it in place using my pins. So this is a very simple tutorial video, and it's a top that you could wear at home, could wear out for, a casual function, an outing, a simple function, or a beach outing. So I'll go ahead now to stitch on the machine, and I'll be cutting the remaining portion there. So this is what it looked after I was done stitching, and this is the finished look of our top. So with this, guys, we have come to the end of the tutorial video for this week. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, kindly hit on the subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.